TRT treatment is something that's widely thought of as something that just gives you an edge. That extra beast mode in the gym, a little bit of push when it's needed, or just that testosterone feeling, right? But in actuality, TRT treatment goes way deeper than that. It helps keep you calm. It helps keep you patient. It regulates your mood by regulating your hormones. It's not just a treatment to go beast mode. It's a treatment to be a calmer and better father. As a business owner and a father myself, I understand all too well how much it's needed to become a little more patient and a little more calm in a world that's pretty chaotic. Go check out Prime Performance today.
This episode of Mental is brought to you by Spas and More. Visit spasandmorestl.com for more information.
Welcome, everybody, to this episode of Mental. My guest today is Haley. Haley, for those of the listeners and watchers who don't know whom you are or what you do, can you give us a brief synopsis?
Absolutely. My name is Haley, obviously. Thank you for that introduction.
Yep.
I work at a managed service provider IT company. I am the help desk manager at the moment, so I just make everything run to the best of my ability, make sure it's as smooth for our clients.
Okay.
And yeah, been doing that for 6 years almost.
For 6 years.
Yes.
So prior to us getting on here, because I want to deep dive into a few things about just cybersecurity, and very interesting that you're a woman in this field because it's a very male-driven field, right? But first, off camera, we were talking about Diddy.
Yes.
Do you follow any of this Diddy stuff?
Oh my goodness, yes.
You're
Unfortunately, yes. I haven't watched the documentaries. I'm waiting for everything to come out, and then I will
binge it.
Yes, essentially.
Okay. So has this trial been, and I'm going to talk off camera a little bit too to the producers and some of the guys in the back, because this is their thing. Like, is this the equivalent of, or does this reference even make sense to you all about, because I think this all goes into security of some sorts, because there were some parts of this where, I mean, he's accused of doing a lot of things. Was this like your guys' O.J. Simpson trial?
Yeah.
Does that reference make sense?
Yes.
Probably.
Oh, yes, it does.
You're all smiling as if you were alive during the O.J. Simpson trial. Your knowledge of it is, I'm sure, equipped enough to have a conversation.
Yes,
It's
yes.
just like,
It was before your time.
I think it's just how like my parents know where they were on 9/11.
Sure.
I think everybody knows where they were when OJ was driving down the road, or
In the white Bronco.
when his trial, when his trial.
Yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
going on. So,
Yeah, I know where I was for both of those instances, actually.
so exactly, it's the same thing. Like
I was in
everybody-
senior year English class for 9/11.
Yeah, crazy.
Wild.
Yeah, and they rolled the TV in so two of our classes could watch it together. Not like you kids nowadays with your virtual reality.
I was in preschool.
Were you in preschool?
Yes.
Lucas, were you alive?
For 9/11.
21. I'm not good at
No, I
math. No,
wasn't.
you weren't.
My brother was there.
I was like baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and I would, you probably would have been 1 or 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. You're with a generation.
3.
3. You're with a generation that we know all about it. We do not remember
But this
it.
Diddy thing is like that for you guys, right?
Yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
And just like COVID, like COVID's like that. Like I remember exactly where I was on March 13th.
Oh, you know what? I've kind of blocked COVID out.
Same.
Yeah?
Yeah.
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 Like I call it the blip because it's like 4 years of my life that didn't exist almost.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And then everything reset. Everything kind of reset.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know why you guys keep you scapegoat and you bring up different things. Diddy. I'm talking about Diddy.
Yeah.
It's wild, right?
It's horrible.
Know hardly anything about him.
So here's my prediction.
The camera
Just
thing
the
just gets me,
headlines.
man. That camera thing gets me, man.
What does?
Having cameras in every house.
Yeah.
Or every room in the house.
That's what I'm talking about with the cybersecurity part. Like, how can you not track all that stuff? That's kind of like when they couldn't figure out whose cocaine it was in the White House.
Or like,
What?
yeah.
Cocaine got in the White House, we don't know whose it is?
And there's,
Nah.
I mean, there's probably a camera in every single room in the White House.
Not probably.
There is.
I didn't install them, and I'm going to go ahead and bet my life that there's a camera in every room in the White House.
We're going to send you there to find every single one.
I don't think I have to be there. I think it's one of those things where it's kind of like when speaking of the Chappelle show, there was a thing where they were putting Michael Jackson on trial. And he was like, I can't answer that question. And the guy's like, I don't think he did it. He's like, he made Thriller. And they're like, how do you know? He's like, this person described his private area, and he's like, I've never seen it. I can probably describe it. It's probably got real nice hair, some glitter on it. Like, it's kind of like one of those things. With the White House, like, I know there's cameras in every room. I don't have to be there to figure that out. But did he, so what I'm wondering is, were these closed circuit cameras?
More than likely. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say that's what most people, if
But it's
you're,
that much, there's so much data, it's not like on a VHS somewhere.
well, what happens with, because I have cameras, not in my house, I do not allow cameras in my house, but we have closed circuit cameras outside of our house.
Yeah, for security reasons.
for security reasons.
Not Diddy reasons.
Not Diddy reasons, no.
To keep Diddy out.
So I can watch the raccoons and the possum eat whatever I toss out in the backyard.
Right, okay.
But our camera system, every time it reaches its full storage, which is like 18 terabytes of storage, it overwrites on itself. And
Layman's terms.
it continues to overwrite on top of the footage it already has. So it says that data from 3 months ago, I don't care.
Rotates.
Here's today's data. And it literally just writes on top of it. So it's almost like you erase and you write your new letter. And then the next time you're out of space on your paper, you erase, you write your next letter. And that's what it keeps doing. So eventually that first bit of information, you can't read it. It's not there anymore.
So you couldn't even go and recover it as someone who has the knowledge to do
No.
tricky, cool things.
People who want to do that, everything is broken down into ones and zeros. So if they really wanted to, they have to go look at those ones and zeros, but because they've been overwritten so many times, they don't exist anymore. Some things might be there. You'll hear about people recovering data, and they're like, oh, we can see that this one email was sent or something like that. That's just data that somehow did not
Fell
get
through the
fully
cracks or
wiped,
something.
but it's just ones and zeros. That's all they're looking at when they go that deep.
Huh.
Yes, that's all of the internet.
Some real Matrix type stuff. Huh?
It's pretty crazy.
So what happens with, like, because that brings me to a thing that we've all probably seen on our phones. I'm going to engage you guys in this, if that's okay, because I think that it's pertinent. So why don't you just, can you scoot over a little bit in this wave so people know who I'm talking to in the background? So our producers and editors and partner here are all within this 20-year-old
I'm in here. That's all that matters.
range.
Leap over the couch.
We're way
Yeah.
You already stood
They're
on
way
it once.
over there. They're all right. They're in the vast, giant studio that we have.
I don't think they can hear us, honestly. We might need to yell.
Well, they're because of this.
Oh, fair.
They're got headphones on. This generation always with their headphones and their cameras.
Very true.
So we got these notifications on your phone where it says like your storage is low, or you buy more storage. Would your phone just overwrite things?
No, not necessarily. But that's because it's not designed to do so. It's designed to hold on to your data, and when you run out of space, you have to pick what you want to get rid of. Cameras, you tell them, once you've reached your storage capacity, start overwriting yourself. That's how most camera systems work. If you're trying to hold a couple months worth of data, a year worth of data, 24 hours, 6 cameras at not even 4K, 2K, there's not enough data in the world to hold all of that.
I don't feel like Diddy's the kind of guy that gets rid of his stuff though. Does it live on a cloud? You think?
It could live on the cloud.
Like he has his own server? I mean, he probably has his own
there
server.
could be drives that have been pulled out and they're being held somewhere else. Someone could go through all the time and be like, all right, these drives are full. We're going to take them out, put new ones in. And
I just feel like anybody who has like 3 cubic tons of baby oil is also the kind of cat that saves videos.
I don't disagree, but
Right?
probably the favorites. Probably the
Sure.
favorites. So
But how can you pick when there's so many Diddy parties? So here's my unpopular opinion, and I feel safe to say this now, although it's dangerous. I think Oprah's at the top of all of it.
Oh, really?
I think Oprah's the ringleader of the Illuminati.
Hold on. Can I have your structuring as to why?
I said it. It's out there.
I love it, and I don't discredit
Why?
it. I just want to know.
She has affiliations with everybody who has their hands in something dirty. She was affiliated with Epstein. She was affiliated with Jillian,
I believe. We'll say,
Gillian,
yeah.
Maximus or something, whatever.
Just Lane Maxwell.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. See, this is why I was engaging these dudes. She's affiliated with the Clintons and the Trumps, right?
Yep.
So it's not even a political thing because she used to ask Donald before Donald was labeled as a whatever he is now. And I'm indifferent to whatever. I'm a libertarian. Like, get all the politics out of here. Let a country run by businessmen. But she used to be like, when are you going to be president? Right? Like, she used to like advocate for him to be president because they were running around the same circles.
Yeah.
And she was cool with the Bidens and the Obamas and all the people in power. And my whole view on that, I mentioned a lot of political figures. I didn't do that to be political. What I mentioned that for is because no matter who's been in the White House over this last 12 years, we still don't have the Epstein files. We still don't have the list. So there's obviously people on both sides on that list.
Yes.
Otherwise, we would have had the list.
Yeah.
Now, the common denominator that I feel holds the power to make and break society within the 80s and 90s, who literally was put in a position, a self-made billionaire, is Oprah. Oprah used to like quite literally like turn the tide of popularity and like functionality of products and stuff in America.
She was an original influencer.
Yeah,
truly.
before there was New York best-selling Times was always around. But before there was an Amazon thing, it was what Oprah, book month.
This is what I like. This is what I'm giving you. This is what's popular right now, and that's what everyone went after.
Yeah.
She drove sales for companies, for people, for families,
For brands.
Absolutely.
The billionaire part is what gets me.
All the
There's a
billionaire
lot of talk
part
show
gets me.
hosts that aren't billionaires.
That's true.
Oprah's a billionaire, like several times over.
Unfortunately.
Like when the lasers caught Hawaii on fire.
Oh. Oh.
I was gonna bring that up.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Her, The Rock.
Yeah, they all bought all
Kevin
that land
Hart,
out. Yeah.
All their houses are fine, and then all these people get what? It was like $700.
Yep.
Right, my man Kevin's one of those cats that's tied into a lot of these conspiracies too.
It I don't know. It goes back to the whole like
Illuminati.
You got to do something to make it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You gotta sell your soul in some way.
Yeah.
Everybody thought Cat was crazy until Cat wasn't crazy. Williams. Did you ever see that interview with Cat Williams and who's my man from the NFL? Shannon Sharp? You guys have never seen that?
No.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Cat calls them all out. He's got receipts.
I want a link later.
Yeah, I will.
I want a link.
We'll send it. We should put it in here.
A little snippet.
Just a clip of Cat Williams' interview. It's on YouTube.
I'll find it.
So, but I think all of that is tied into like this stuff, and I don't feel like we're gonna know because look how quiet Jay-Z and Beyonce got and J-Lo. They still haven't talked about. You guys may not remember this. You for sure don't remember it, but you may not know about it either. But J-Lo was almost busted because she was his gun mule.
Really?
They went into some clubs, and there was a thing back in the '90s where some people got shot, and supposedly Diddy did it.
Oh.
Or did he? And J-Lo was carrying his gun.
That's wild. See, no, we didn't grow up with that. I grew up with Britney Spears shaving her head.
You grew up with a lot of mental breakdowns. I grew up with a lot of people getting murdered.
I grew up with a lot of
Pac got murdered
you
in
gotta
my
be
time.
skinny, you gotta look a certain way, and everyone having mental breakdowns because it's unrealistic.
Well, I think that was always a thing because there was like Cindy Crawford and
Absolutely.
stuff.
Absolutely.
And the whole like heroin chic
the 90s heroin
thing was
chic.
90s.
Yep. Well, that bled into the 2000s and the diet culture of Yoplait.
But see, I think now
and
it's
Special
almost
K.
like about gains. Like Kirby is a thing. Like
Well, right now, for guys, for sure,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's, be a gym guy, get into the gym 7 days a week, at least now. It's excessive. It's not what you should do, but that's...
But wait, you really think that's a trend for men?
I think so, yeah.
I think that's an outlier as a man.
You think so?
But I don't know because I'm not viewing it from a woman's standpoint. So that's interesting because, like, for me, I always thought that the outlying, there was like a great big muscle-bound individual has its place, and there's women who are attracted to that, and there's societal things within that realm, and then there's this side of things, and then there's that like take care of yourself, but you're not like extreme.
I think
either side.
I think when it comes to what women actually, I shouldn't speak for all women,
Sure.
but what women want is
Women within your circle.
more. I don't even want to say a dad bod, but a normal guy.
Yeah.
I don't want someone that's at the gym for 5 hours a day. I used to date that. I didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm on social media, I just see such a big push of men. You have to make sure you're on the grind. You're taking care of your body. You're testosterone this, supplements that. You're in the gym. You're lifting weights, and you're always getting gains. For women right now, I see a really big shift from the body positivity movement going back to being very skinny, and it's a big trend on TikTok right now. Skinny talk, which used to be like Thinspo for Tumblr and Instagram back in the day.
words are you using right now?
Yes.
What are you saying?
Thinspo. Thin inspiration, thinspo. So people would post how skinny they were, and that was your inspiration. And on TikTok, it's the same thing right now of women saying, you don't need to eat. You need to control your mouth. You can lose weight by just not eating, counting your calories, stuff like
But
that.
the majority of our society has to be more informed nowadays to understand how wrong that is, right?
I would agree, but also seeing how many people take something like the weight loss supplements now is kind of crazy
What was
because it's
that
just
one?
an appetite suppressant. It just makes you eat less, and when you
Sure.
eat, it makes you feel kind of sick. So that's all it's doing is making you intake fewer
Lexapro,
calories.
is that the one that was real popular? Is that what it's called?
I think so. Wegovy. There were a lot.
What I understand as a layman within the fitness world, for sure, obviously, but not eating, then when you do eat, your body stores everything as fat.
Yep.
Because it's in survival mode at all times. And it
Absolutely.
jacks up your hormones.
It
not eating.
does. And for a woman, like to be a woman and to not eat,
Yeah.
you're just asking
Right.
to explode.
All kinds of complications.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, I guess, yeah, that sucks. I didn't know that was a whole thing. But then again, I'm not really, I had this discussion yesterday with a buddy of mine, and we were talking about how trends are made, things that are popular trends, live within a realm of 14 to 26-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like, we get to a certain age, and it no longer matters to me what the trend is.
Absolutely.
And I say that not as a, to say like, oh, that's, if you're still wearing polo, you're not, you're immature. Nothing like that. What I mean by that is like, psychology tells us that our memories that are strongest are the ones that are associated with the most emotion. Mm-hmm. So the more emotion within a memory, the better, and the more it stays with you. And so during that time period, as we're changing hormonally, everything's extreme.
Yes.
Everything feels very emotional. And so it's more along the lines of, I feel like that's where the nostalgia comes from, too, right? So like linear, or I should say secular trending, like growing up, there was 90s parties, or there was 80s parties, now there's 90s parties. Like you guys probably go to 90s parties. And pretty soon there's going to be, if there's not already, maybe you guys know about this, 2000s parties?
Already 2000s parties.
Is that what you have in college now? 2000s parties?
Not necessarily in college now, but like I've heard of.
It's like a theme?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've heard of multiple things.
Peace signs, neon, the stuff I grew up with.
Which is also 60s, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So there's a 30-year cycle.
It's
okay?
fantastic. I love it.
So in marketing, I use that to predict market trends because I understand that like what I associate with nostalgia when my generation becomes the buyers, which we are now, 35 to like 50,
Yeah.
is when you buy things, spend one income, after that you start saving again. So when that generation is nostalgic era, that's why all these things, I have noticed that a trend too, like with memes or something. I used to see all these things with like songs from the 90s and it would show all these like things meant to like bring back nostalgia. And now there's for the 2000s.
Yes.
Because I had like Britney Spears stickers on my folders and stuff in high school.
Oh no.
Like,
That's
for, like-
wonderful.
To be like ironic though. Like I thought it was like,
It wasn't a crush.
no, I really honestly didn't. You know who I had a crush on was Megan Fox in the Transformers movie.
I am not going to like Megan Fox is very attractive.
Yeah.
I do love Megan Fox, but everyone who says
And
that
Alyssa
Megan,
Milano
Ooh, yeah.
and Keira Knightley.
I love women, so
Yeah.
Yes.
Same. Yeah.
we're on the same front. Don't worry.
I'm super
Don't
into
worry.
it. But I would date them.
I would too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, then we're same.
Yeah, same. Don't worry.
You know.
I just have
we
my-
should go out sometime. You can wingman for me.
I used to do that all the time.
Yeah. That was the
God.
best. Although I just don't care anymore. Like I shouldn't say I don't care. It's just like I'm so much like I'm just so organic about things.
That's how it should be. I feel like
know?
everything is too catered to you. Everything, you have algorithms that are like, these are the ads you want to see, this is
Yeah.
what you want. Everything is very trendy now, so you go everywhere and it's the same cookie cutter stuff, and all you want is authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the new Superman movie?
Not yet.
You have to go see
I'm
it.
waiting for the boys to get home.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is a breath of fresh air. It
Good.
is a very good movie.
I like those kind of movies.
Yes. It is different from what we've
Rom-coms and
seen.
action movies. Those are my two favorite genres.
It's very good.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I was worried it was going to follow this kind of bad trend we've seen Marvel go on with their movies. And DC doesn't put out bad stuff,
Right.
but it doesn't always hit the mark.
Or
But
where the
this
narrative
one-
takes over the storyline.
Yes.
Right.
This one, it was kind of comic book paced.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like old comic stuff. Well, and you was talking about too, like with the trends and the moving of that, the authenticity part. I just recently was involved in a discussion that was brought up about my belief of long form video, like this stuff, right?
Love it.
Because it's gotten, you can't go micro.
No.
So now everything is in like, I remember designing ads for companies way back when to try and overcome the hook of the skip, 3 to 5 seconds.
Yep.
Before you can skip an ad.
Yep.
And so like, I was designing like 2014, 2015, talking with different clients about like, all right, this first 3 seconds is pivotal because that's going to get them to the next 2 seconds, and that's going to keep them here for 20. Which is wild because like when I first got into advertising, we were talking about doing 30 and 60-second ad spots on AM radio.
Oh my gosh.
And so then I'm talking about trying to visually hook you
Someone
in
in-
3 seconds,
Yep.
which becomes an eternity.
Oh yeah.
Like you can do a lot in 3 seconds.
You can. I mean, when you scroll,
Yeah.
do you notice that it takes you maybe 1 or 2 seconds before you decide if you're going to scroll into something else because it just doesn't have your attention?
How do you mean?
So if you're like doom scrolling and you hit a video,
Yeah.
and in the first 2 seconds you know if you're going to finish watching that or not.
Oh, I always finish watching if I stop.
Really?
So I used to date a woman that would be like, and she's like looking at stuff, and she would like watch it, and it'd be like a 12-second video, and she'd watch like 7 seconds. And
No,
I'd be
can't
like,
do
how
that.
can you? What are you doing? Like, how does it end?
I do need closure on that front,
Yeah.
but ones that are a little longer, like I will sit there and if within the first.
Does that bird stop
honestly,
attacking that baby or what?
I'm just like next one.
Yeah, see, I
Next
can't
one.
do that. But also, I realized something that like, you can set your own algorithm within it, right? So like, if I look at something, like my algorithm now is like going to be mostly like friends first, and then it's always like this kind of stuff, like self-help.
Mental health.
Yeah.
Good things.
Or like
Positivity.
sponsors that I work with, like that's an ad for them, obviously. So like, that's a good one. I'll save it and remark on it later. But so like this kind of stuff, like you've come too far to settle for anything less than what you want. Self-help, baby animals, and the occasional recipes. And the more I stop on these, the more it just fills up with these same things.
And also because you interact with them as well. Absolutely. It takes account of how long you look at stuff. So if you sit on an ad for too long,
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot more of those ads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun times.
I don't like it, but I like it.
I don't either.
As a marketer, I like it because I can craft things easier. But I bring all that up because I believe that this long form, the YouTube channels, like shorts have become really popular over the last 2 years. At some point, I think people are going to want to, once the bubble bursts, because everybody and their mom has a podcast now.
Yeah.
But what my hope is with creating this network is that we can kind of take in all the consistent people and bring them into one big house.
Are you going to start oh my God, what do they call them? The YouTube houses.
Oh, that's a thing?
Clout house or something.
Thank you. A
Clout
clout
house?
house. Clout house.
Clout?
Clout house.
Oh, that feels very like Orwellian to me.
Or like 2025. I can't believe I'm saying this on camera, but like a bop house.
I'm sorry?
A bop house.
VOP? Is that an acronym? Or it just
Not
means like
necessarily an acronym.
like
No.
teeny bopper?
Yeah.
No.
Kind.
Kinda.
They do have smaller ones like that
Yeah,
now,
kinda.
which
But
is
it's
kind of
like a-
scary.
Like just think of like a team of, like think of
Influencers.
Yeah.
So like I was just talking to Hakeem before I came in here today. And we were talking about collab and having to come back to St. Louis and doing a seminar with influencers where we talk to people about how to create content or how to like plan out your content for the year so you can stay on track. Because it's more difficult than people think,
Oh, I'm sure.
right?
Yeah.
Like my job I feel like is easy because I get to interview people and find out interesting things about individuals.
Yeah.
So I love that. But I think that's where it's going back to because I think eventually we're going to have enough of this stuff where it's like not even a nostalgia thing. It's just we're going to crave a longer connection. Because
Absolutely.
we're more and more detached from one another. But one thing I've noticed trending right now is mental health and also emotional health. As those people become adults, it's going to be about genuine, authentic connections, I think. And that's when the
Absolutely.
long form comes back into play.
No, I don't disagree with that. And honestly, I'm very excited for it. Shorts get me into long form content. I find someone, I'm like, I like your shorts, and then I go and I watch their longer stuff. But I know that's not the consensus for my generation.
See, I feel like that's not what it's meant for, right? Like you're watching a trailer, essentially.
For some people, yeah. For other people, it's just because the
That's enough for
shorts
them?
are that good clip that it's the funny moment, and then we scroll past it. They don't want to watch the hour-long thing.
That'd be like, that's how I feel. That's a good analogy I gave myself on accident. I didn't think about it before. But I like, first time I heard it, actually, is when I said it out loud, is that shorts to me are like a trailer. I wouldn't watch a trailer if I didn't intend on watching the movie.
People do not treat shorts like that because they treat shorts just like they would if you're in like Facebook Reels or something.
Right.
So they're just scrolling through to scroll through. But I do use shorts to decide if I want to continue to watch someone further. If I'm like, well, I like enough of your shorts and I see that we have 7 clips from the same episode because everyone's wearing the same clothes, it's the same people,
Yeah.
I'll watch that whole episode instead of watching 7, 30-second clips.
Sure.
And then get more out of it.
Yeah, I get in the rabbit hole about certain things too. Like if it's something, it is about finding that hook.
Yeah.
I used to be big. Did we talk about murder mystery stuff? Like I was big on that for like 2 years.
Oh, really? I know we were talking about how we were going to incorporate murder mystery, but that
Yeah.
was like your
That
whole
was my-
thing.
Yeah, it's still my like, what's an unattainable goal that you have called? Like not like a golden chalice, like unicorn?
Sure, that works.
It's my unicorn. It's what I'm chasing. It's what I want on a network. It's a murder mystery. I got really into it, but then I started suspecting all my neighbors of having people in their basement, so I stopped it.
I'm telling you should talk to Jay. That's his whole thing.
I know.
It's his favorite thing.
I watched 45 minutes of that Dahmer show.
The Netflix one that's
Yeah.
like 8 episodes or
Yeah,
so?
I watched like the first 40 minutes of it. I couldn't.
That was a lot.
The music and everything.
The-
You know how like the undertone, okay, so you're talking about comic books. The undertone music that they use when Joker's on camera for The Dark Knight. Mm-hmm. Like, that's very ominous music.
Yes.
I feel like that tonal thing they were using in that Dahmer thing, it made me feel so uncomfortable in my own skin within like the first 30 minutes. I couldn't watch it.
I had to watch an episode at a time. I could not watch more than one at a time.
I've not
and
watched the first one all the way through.
when I got to the end of it, I felt very disturbed. I also felt very educated, which, I mean, there was a lot of
I've watched a
creative
documentary on that
liberties.
cat, though, so I got it. I don't need to watch this dude dramatize it. Because for
It's-
some reason, the
yeah.
thing that stuck out to me the most, and probably because I only watched 35 minutes or 40 minutes of it or whatever, I didn't watch the ending of the first episode, so however long, I don't know. But I threw out these pork chops at one point, and I thought to myself, I was like, man, my neighbors, because it was like Friday, and the trash goes out Thursday.
Oh.
And I was like, these pork chops are going to stink, and my neighbors are going to think I killed somebody.
You're going to have the police at your door.
And then I started suspecting everybody around me, and so I was like, I got to stop watching this shit.
Yeah, don't. If that's where you start going, don't watch it. I just watch it and go, this is why I can't trust people.
Yeah, especially like because like the old like the documentaries too. Like I watched like on the one called The Iceman, which is about this mafia hitman.
Yep.
Right, the dude with the beard who
Yep.
used to talk about how he experimented with things. Like he'd put cyanide in a spray bottle, like he's sneezing, and it sprayed on people on the train. So he killed like innocent people to like practice killing.
Yes.
But him and like John Wayne Gacy, all these people had this commonality that was very creepy to me, and that was that they were like, oh, they were very active in the community, and like they were great with kids, and everybody loved them, and they had a ton of charisma. And I'm like, damn, that's like everybody I hang out with.
But
Somebody's a killer.
that's the thing. It's someone who entices you and you feel like you can trust them. It's not someone just kidnapping you off the streets and going
Yeah.
and murdering you. It's someone who makes you feel comfortable enough to come back to their home so they can do
But see, it
horrible
also
things
made me
to
second
you.
guess my own comfortability levels because I'm like, I feel like I'm a very personable guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, people are going to suspect I'm a killer. I got pork chops in my trash can, and I'm charismatic.
No.
I'm definitely putting people in the basement.
But here's the other thing. When you read about those people, a lot of people
Oprah.
talk about how dead in the eyes they look. You don't look dead in the
Yeah, yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
You have a lot of character, a lot
Yeah.
of sparkle, so you're good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
trust you.
Thanks.
Y'all, I trust him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhat.
Lucas is our third intern this summer. The other two haven't survived.
Are they in the basement?
They're in the basement of the Alamo. Sam's quiet, but he helps me do it. That's why he's
That's why he's quiet.
yeah.
That's why you're still here.
Yeah, loose,
Congratulations.
Loose ships sink ships.
It's so we can
Loose lips.
hold up that aggression. So someday it pops, and then you're like, go at it.
Right. No, on a serious note though, you talked about the eyes thing. had the unfortunate experience of being involved in a what do you call it? A mass. No one was hurt, but it was a shooting. Mm-hmm. My youngest son and I were at a trunk or treat, and somebody started shooting.
Oh my gosh.
And I remember like making eye contact with that dude, and I did a bunch of interviews about it actually. Mm-hmm. And that's what stood out to me. I was like, I remember saying it too. It was like I looked at him like he was looking at me, but he wasn't looking at me.
Yeah, it's like
his eyes were lifeless.
Like you look, someone's looking
Like a
through
shark.
you. Yeah,
Doll's eyes.
very
He's
unsettling.
got doll's eyes.
Nope, don't like those
Creepy.
at all.
So, to spin that into a serious topic about things, when I don't know if it was when we first met, but like part of the reason that we met, I think it was because I got hacked.
Yeah.
My phone got hacked, right?
Yes.
So, all these conspiracy theories, all these different things. One of the things that I think is prevalent in this time and age is not only phone hacking, but how people can use phones to gather your information or do different things, right?
Yeah.
So how prevalent is that? Like, could one of these guys be looking like he's messing with his phone and be stealing information right now?
Absolutely. Somebody could use their phone and be connected to the Wi-Fi and just sitting there and doing packet capturing, which is what I believe happened to you when you had your issue.
Packet capturing. That's different than the drawer I keep all the ketchup in?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Packet capturing is
Lucas like that. He's got a packet drawer at the house.
That was good. No, it's just the condiments drawer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so everything that your phone does or any like piece of technology that communicates with the internet, it sends what are called packets out to say, hi, I am at this address and I need to get to Google. And then it hits your internet equipment at home, and then your internet equipment goes, hey, I have a device on this side that has this address and it would like to reach Google. And the internet goes, sure, here's the address for Google.
Wait a second. Your phone goes through your home IP address?
No, that's just if you're like at home, how packets work, how they
Oh.
they go out, they come back.
From the device that you're using?
From the device everything
Okay.
has packets to communicate. And so someone who is on the same network as you, so if you're at a coffee shop and you're on their Wi-Fi
In Chicago.
in Chicago,
Yeah.
and they're doing packet captures, then they can see when you're going to a website, when you're getting requests back from that website, when you put in your password to that website, all that good stuff. So they can see that back
They're
and
just
forth
using a regular phone to
communication.
do this?
They can use a regular phone to use this. It's something called Wireshark. Anyone can download it. It's free. It's open source.
Wait a second. Did you just give criminals an out?
I did. Anyone can Google it. Can you Google?
Yeah.
You could be a
I can
hacker if you
Google.
wanted to
I-
in probably like half an hour.
I don't have the time or the wherewithal.
Fair.
I just feel like it's a dangerous game, hacking.
It is a dangerous game, but honestly, that's where you have to believe that there are good people out there. I knew quite a few people in college who would ethically hack, so they would test their skills in the real world and go sit in the library parking lot and try to hack into their Wi-Fi, and then they would let them know that they were able to hack into their Wi-Fi and everything that they could see. My boyfriend unfortunately does that when we go out places sometimes, and he'll see if people just have open Wi-Fi on business networks and what all is accessible, and it's kind of scary to see how many people don't take security seriously.
Do you ever
And-
see things you don't want to see?
Oh, yes. Yes. But mainly at work, not out in the wild.
Out in the wild.
I'm not trying to find things out in the wild.
You don't want to.
No, I know what people
When
do.
is it going to become like Minority Report? Like when you're using people's data to predict their moves. I say that because like that's what algorithms are, right? It's a prediction of what I want and see and know.
Yeah.
So it's basically already in that sense of like, it's predicting the future. Like in the, I used to use a lot of filler words. Let me gather my thought for a moment.
Yes.
Not saying all these ums and likes. It's addicting.
There it goes.
It's addicting.
It is.
When you are set up to gather information in a certain way, my algorithm would know that the average American buys a mattress every 7 to 8 years. So within 7 to 8 years of a purchase, I would start seeing these ads leading into it. And that's like a huge scope of human mapping when you think about it.
Yeah.
So at what point, or are we there yet, to where you're talking about anybody can download this app, which, by the way, if you don't have a VPN on your devices, download a VPN.
Please use a VPN and please use strong passwords.
Yes. So when will we use this for good that could be considered evil, right? Like, what's the phrase on Batman that talks about you either die trying to be a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain? Mm-hmm. At one point, does it become Orwellian or, futuristic to where we don't get to make conscious choices because there's people predicting what our decisions and outcomes are going to be based on our algorithms?
I really think that comes down to everybody as an individual. I, being in IT, get a lot of targeted ads towards things that I see at work. And of course, when I'm at home, I don't care about QuickBooks. I don't care about the $20,000 server that I was looking up or anything like that. And I'm not trying to buy it. So there are some things that they still need to work out, because as long as your network is linked, so my work email is on my phone and so is my Teams. That's how it pulls the stuff that I do at work onto my personal device.
Okay.
But at a certain point, you as a consumer just have to make your own conscious decisions. If every time you see an ad for a Nectar mattress or something like that, health matters. Every time you see that, are you just going to go, as a consumer, well, I see this ad every day, a couple times a day, so I'm going to buy that thing? Or are you going to do your own research and due diligence to see if that's something you actually want?
Well, sure. I think I'm talking more along the lines of let's say that. So I think there's a good place for this and a bad place for this. Mm-hmm. Preventing school shootings.
Yeah.
Because it's gathering information and keywords and things that people are looking up. Like if there's a young man or woman that are looking up things that we know to be true or consistent with school shootings. Mm-hmm. Do we nip that in the bud and show up at that kid's house and be like, hey, it looks like you're on the path to shoot the school up in a year?
Well, that's a little bit in play, but more immediate. So if you are looking up things like how to build a bomb, and you're looking that up a lot, your ISP can send letters or have the police come to your house to do checks and stuff like that. It's not very common because we don't have a lot of that going on. Yeah. But it is something that we could use, but how do you monetize that is unfortunately the biggest question. Because
so if it can't monetize, nobody cares to build it.
That's what these algorithms are for. It's to sell to you.
I would think the DoD would at some point be monetizing this stuff. They know a lot more than we think they do.
Oh, absolutely.
I remember there was a big deal, what was this, 4 or 5 years ago, when there was everybody black out your Instagram and restart it because they're taking your information on this day or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's I knew since 2010, everybody has what they want to have on me already.
What I tell people is you need to live your life knowing that all of your information is already out there on the internet and accessible. Yeah. And unfortunately, our government is very behind on their systems and they're not up to date to where they should be. So it's the matter of someone popping the bubble, causing the big breach, and the government owning up to a big breach. Yeah. But your social security number, I could go online. All I need is your first and last name. I can find pretty much every address that you've ever lived at,
sure,
where you've worked, your family members, email addresses, phone numbers. So
yeah, I can find these things. And I have zero knowledge of this kind of lifestyle. Mm-hmm. But all you do is Google somebody's name.
There are websites that are specifically built to give you everything without you even paying.
Right.
I just had one take my information down because it had information I did not want anyone having.
So 2 questions on that. One, how can that be affected through a family plan? Let's say that I have everybody in my company on the same phone plan. Mm-hmm. If something happens to Lucas's phone, does that affect all of us? Do we all get? Is that a vein into everyone who's on that family plan?
When you say if he got a virus on his phone, or if he did something bad, are you all on the hook for that?
Any and all. So let's say he gets hacked, mm-hmm, and somebody's grabbing his packets. Mm-hmm. Is that terminology right?
Sure, we'll use it. It works.
Can they get my packets through his phone since we're on a family plan?
If you're on a family plan, no. But if you guys are on the same network, yes. Mm. Now also, if you guys use, let's say, the same Apple family plan or something like that, that does start to link your devices and give you access. Now, Apple.
So same family plan but different Apple ID, separate things.
Correct. Separate devices, seen as different entities, all that good stuff. Your phone is seen as its own device. It's typically the network you're on is when things will pass over. Luckily, iPhones are still very locked down and secure. I think the government is going after Apple for a second time to make a backdoor to their phones, and they refuse to because of their security practices, which
Right.
I appreciate.
Yeah, because when Skynet goes online, and it will go online, these Tesla robots are going to be Terminators, right? You already called out the government.
Get your
It's
big
gonna-
hacksaw.
Oprah is going to activate Skynet, is what my prediction is. She controls the Tesla robots.
I mean, I'll be honest, we're so close to stuff like that. I believe Elon Musk just posted a AI girlfriend on.
Well, I've seen a lot of that kind of stuff where like TV shows or clips or like that Sasquatch guy, like the big Sasquatch that's doing all these videos now where he's like talking with people,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm
Yes.
talking about? All that stuff's deep fake, AI, whatever else.
Yep.
I mean, Joe Rogan ads, all this stuff that's like
It's crazy.
the voices.
The voices one I think is one of the scarier ones. I actually within my family, when AI voice recognition or generation became what it is now, where someone can take 3 seconds of your voice. So sometimes you'll get those random calls where they're checking to see if your number is active and if you're going to answer so they can keep calling you back with marketing, spam, whatever the case might be. But sometimes they're also trying to grab voice clips because then they can do the scams where they call grandpa and it's you
Grandpa,
on the
I'm in
phone
Mexico.
and I don't have money and I'm in
Yeah.
jail and I need $10,000 and can you wire it to me? And it sounds just like you. The second that became a thing, both my parents, I was like, we have passwords for each other. So if something happens to me or something happens to them, they have not been communicated over text message, over our phones, email,
Right.
nothing like that, only in person. And we have to say those passwords or passphrases for me to know that it is them needing help or me needing help. That's where we're at. You have to add the human aspect to things.
Okay, I'm just laughing because I had someone I previously dated. We had like a password like that, and mine was spinal bifida. Because like, nobody's ever going to say that without intention.
Exactly. Some people, they always try to use like birthdays and months and stuff like that, or like popular vacation areas. I'm like, no, pick a random word that you both can remember, but it just
Yeah.
has to be something that you wouldn't have out in the world that someone would think of being like, that's a password.
Well, and not like things too. I remember for years there was a basic like 10 questions you pick from to secure your password. Like, what was your first grade school? What was your mother's maiden name? What was your first pet?
Yep.
So those have got to be things that like every time evolution comes with protection, evolution comes on the evil side of things,
True.
right?
True.
And vice versa. What you said about like you just got to trust people, I guess that really comes down to the same as like a conceal and carry,
Exactly.
right? Like everybody has the ability to go get a gun, but all the good people could have one too.
Yeah.
And then how you use that is up to that individual.
Exactly.
So this kind of technology and this source thing is, one, people probably don't have the time or desire to just hurt people, right?
Do you just want to go sit out in that area and watch and see what people are doing on their computers when, let's be realistic, they're probably not doing much of anything that interests you?
No.
Do you want to steal their bank account information?
Depends on the person you're talking about.
Are you going to get caught?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely get caught.
Most people are going to get caught.
Yeah.
You're going to get in trouble. It's not.
And obviously I'm joking, but I know some friends with different kind of bank accounts that
Hey, understandable.
wouldn't mind having access.
We all have a friend that we're like, if you want to give us a credit card, please give me a credit card.
Right. No, so I guess you got to trust it. So, with getting into this whole thing, what was it? Just because you were like, "Oh, this is the way of the future," or why did you decide to get into this career path?
Oh, that's a great question. Okay. And this is actually perfect because it comes back to the human aspect. So, my entire life growing up, I was going to be a doctor. Quite literally from kindergarten. I remember my parents coming out from my teacher-parent conference, and my kindergarten teacher was like, Haley's going to be a great nurse or a doctor. She's going to have fantastic bedside manner. She's smart. She's going to do great in the world. And I always carried that with me, and that was always the goal. Maybe some differentiations here and there, be a chef, be who knows what else. But I always came back to doctor. And then my senior year of high school, when they're like, you got to start applying for college, I went, I have to start applying for college. And then I went, okay, well, what does being a doctor truly look like? I had been prepped in doing my own like studies. I know the bones of the human body, the muscles, diseases, stuff like that. I know how it works pretty well. But you still have to do 12 years of school to become a doctor, and you don't get to pick what kind of doctor you want to become. And I went, well, if I can't be a cardiologist, an anesthesiologist, or
Wait,
an
you don't get to pick what kind of doctor?
No, you do placements. So you do 8 years of school, and then they have a ceremony, and you get a letter or an envelope that says that you get to do like your rotations or your residency as this type of doctor, and that's what you go and do. So there are some people who might think that they're just going to go be a cardiologist, and then they get a letter that says they're going to be a podiatrist. So heart to feet.
What? That doesn't make any sense. No wonder we have a scarcity of good doctors.
But if you let everyone pick what doctor they were going to be,
Wouldn't they just study within that field?
how many cosmetic surgeons would you have versus people who are going to focus on the really small bones in your ear?
I'm saying cardiologist?
When it comes down to trying to equal the playing field and make sure that we have the people we
Well,
need
it's because we
where
have a shortage
need
then.
them,
Obviously, right?
it's just to make sure.
Cosmetology, I would think, would be a totally different school.
Well, I mean, if you go like a surgeon, it's the same type of school.
Yeah.
It's the same schooling. It really is.
So if I'm saying I want to be a surgeon, I don't know if I'm going to be a foot surgeon or a plastic surgeon. That is goofy.
Yeah, I'm sure there are instances where you can go to school and be like, I'm going to this school, and they absolutely specialize, but I'm sure there are more hoops that you have to jump through, and it's a lot harder to get into those specific schools. But if you just go to school and you're like, I'm getting my PhD, my doctorate, whatever it might be, and you're trying to specialize in something, when you go into medicine, there are ceremonies where you get a letter, and if you go looking for them, some of them are so sad because people have their hearts set on a certain career path and they're nowhere near it, and that's just what they have to deal with for the next 4 years.
And if you want to be a cardiologist but now you're a podiatrist and it breaks your heart, you won't even be able to repair it because you only know how to work on feet.
Exactly, and I don't want to work on feet. I don't want to work on feet. I want to work on eyes, hearts, and brains.
Yeah, who doesn't? What? So you're like, oh, I don't get to decide what doctor I am, so I'm gonna do
So
what?
So I sat down and I was like, wow, well, my whole life feels very derailed. And I had to ask myself, okay, everyone has told me I'm going to be a good doctor, but what was it about being a doctor that was exciting? What was it aside from just being groomed my whole life towards it?
Yeah.
And I realized it was the idea of a different day-to-day. My parents both work in automotive. Their lives have always been crazy. Everything breaks on old cars, so their days were always very different. And then when I saw other people in my life that had like desk jobs, but it was like medical billing and coding or something like that.
Very monotonous.
They were very bored. They didn't like what they were doing. It's just a job. And I was like, I don't want just a job. I've always wanted something that is going to be active. It's going to like evolve. I'm always going to have to learn. Exactly. So I started looking into IT because I was doing computer classes and coding, and I was having fun and being on the black web and just stuff like that.
Yeah, typical.
Yeah, typical high schooler. And truly, I started searching IT jobs, and I looked to see what had the most growth and what would be something for me to kind of sink my teeth into. So cybersecurity was the buzzword in like 2016, 2017 when I graduated high school.
Graphic design was the buzzword when I was in graduating.
Graphic design. Well, that's
it was
actually
like whole schools for it.
my first semester of college. They put me in the wrong like section, so I did graphic design for my first semester and then went into cybersecurity after that.
Nice.
But it was great. I had art classes. It was fun.
Yeah, computer art,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Well, I had an iPad, but I also had to draw by hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whole self-portrait, real big. It was awesome.
Do you still have that?
I do.
I'd like to see that.
I keep my portfolio.
All right. I'd like to see that stuff. We could probably use your help, actually. I think graphics is like the one thing none of us do.
Y'all don't like graphic design?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I love graphic design. It's fun.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
you can help. So you're
So-
like, this is the
I saw that there was growth. I saw that it was a challenge, and
Did you go shadow anywhere or anything? You're
nope,
just like,
I jumped off the deep end.
okay.
I said, we're going to do it. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
That's how college really felt. That's how life still feels. We're just jumping off the deep end and figuring
Okay.
it out.
I can relate to that in some ways, for sure.
So yeah, and then got into college, and it took a lot to get through the 4 years of college. You brought up it being a male-dominated field, and
Yeah, I was going to ask what your ratio was like.
I was typically the only girl in the class.
Oh, really?
I think there was one class that there were 3 other girls.
And what school was this?
Maryville University.
So it's a fairly big school.
Yeah, pretty big. A very great nursing program, so lots of women across campus and everything. But
Yeah, that's like kind of what they're known for, right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
nursing?
their nursing program is fantastic. But so is their
Isn't
cybersecurity.
UMSL a nursing school now, too?
I think so.
And then SLU's a doctor school?
I mean, we're a big hospital nursing kind of hub in St.
you
Louis.
would think we'd have better
so-
health care within this region. I guess they all get their degrees here and go
I
somewhere
mean, we
else.
should as a country, let's be real.
Yeah.
Everyone. But yeah, the only girl, I walked into some classes and I had classmates, didn't even know me, asked me if I was in the wrong classroom. Teacher wasn't there yet, and they're like, oh, if you're looking for, I think they thought I was a nurse even though I was not dressed in scrubs, and like, oh, it's down the hallway, and I was like, no, this should be coding like 102. And they're like, oh. And I sat down and I did not feel welcome.
Yeah.
I did not feel welcome. But all my teachers always did. And I actually have a teacher to thank. I've been at this job since my second year of college, and it was supposed to be I'm a woman in IT and I have to get my foot in the door. And my teacher let me know that there's an internship at this NWO IT services place. So I went and I interviewed, and I thought I didn't get it because I fell out of my chair during the interview.
Huh.
Yeah.
Physically fell out of your chair?
Yeah, very tall chairs, dress pants, very
How long
short.
did that haunt you?
Still to this day, I still think about it. Oh, absolutely.
I couldn't imagine.
I straight out of the chair
Yeah.
to the floor, right back up
Hilarious,
though.
Right?
It was pretty funny.
You were interviewing with Nick?
He didn't even see it though. All the texts that were there.
He didn't
Nick was
see it.
walking around the table,
Yeah.
did not even pay attention. I got right back up, hopped to my chair, had my resume, and he sat down, just looked at me like nothing happened. I was like, okay, okay.
Fell out of your chair.
Yeah.
Gosh. That's the beginning of the interview.
Very beginning. I walked in the door and he's like, you can sit right here. And of course he has to have the tallest conference room chairs ever. Table too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a great time.
Well, I feel bad for you.
No, it's okay. I
Well,
went
obviously
to,
you got it.
I did. I went to my advisor after the fact and I even told him, he goes, Haley, if you don't get the job because you fell the chair during the interview, I don't think you want that job. And I
Yeah,
went,
yeah.
I want anything. As a woman in IT, I
Yeah.
want anything.
So,
So-
when you're saying unwelcoming, when I think of this, and this isn't PC, I apologize.
Oh,
But the dudes I'm picturing in your classes are like trading Pokemon cards and wearing like Star Wars shirts.
I mean,
So these are the kind of guys that I would imagine would be like, ooh, a girl.
see, and that's what people kind of think, but it is such a range now. I mean, you've seen the team that I work with. Some
Yeah.
of them are nerdier, but you wouldn't look at them and be like, you don't leave your house ever.
Right.
That's not the IT people you're dealing with anymore. So these were kids who...
Yeah, I'm thinking Revenge of the Nerds.
Nope.
Style cats,
These
like
are,
pocket protectors.
are your normal popular kids who really liked games when they were in high school. They built their own gaming computer and they went, I'm going to
Shit
go
has
into
shifted
IT.
big time.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I feel like my sons are, my sons are athletic. I feel like they're handsome young men. They are, like, both well-spoken dudes, and they always have, like, the gear on, right? And, like, my younger son, like, gets flack from people that sometimes he'll be like, oh, that's the dude who's been messing with me. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, dude, we would have demolished that kid when we were in school.
It does not work like
Now, I
that
say
anymore.
that in hindsight because I'm very much of the aspect now and mentality of, like, I don't talk to him like that, like, oh, you didn't get that
Yes.
dude's butt, but also I am very accepting of just, like, authenticity in people in general now. So
Yeah.
I just say it in the traditional form. That's why I said it's not PC, but, like, when you think of these things, we all have these images in our head that are because of movies or TV or whatever else. So I would just think that it would be a welcoming space for you.
I
a breath
was-
of fresh air. Like, oh,
I'll
girl.
be honest, I was very hopeful going into school that would be the case. When I was in high school, a lot of the kids, like, there weren't a lot of computer kids when I was in high school. I wasn't even really a computer kid, but a lot of people respected what I could do because I did things that nobody else was, and they're like, oh, that's really cool, and it was just coding, so nothing
Shit,
spectacular.
even if you can like show me how to use the funnel properly on a spreadsheet, I'd have been like, Haley's my friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but college, it was just a lot of kids. I saw a lot of people that came from very ritzy, rich schools that had big computer programs. They already had like tournaments that they had gone to for things called Capture the Flag. It's you go and you try to like hack certain things and get a flag, but it's all security based. So it's just a big event for people.
Yeah, these are like mathletes.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't look like mathletes and they don't look like nerds, but they definitely have this mentality that women don't need to be in the field, and that was all of my classes.
Isn't that weird?
It was very off-putting. But I was also in the business school, and when I had business classes, those kids didn't act that way. They're like, a girl in the group, can you do half the work?
Yeah.
Anyway.
You do all the administrative things.
I was like, you know what? I appreciate the 50-50.
They designate you right away as the scribe.
Yep, pretty much.
A female,
Pretty much.
can you write for us?
Yep.
So what is so you get through that part of it, you go into this job interview, and you've decided to make this your career path. Have you seen a surge in females? Because I've met like 4 or 5 women in the last year that do this.
Yeah. That's so hard to say. I'll say when it comes to trying to hire people, absolutely not. And that's what I'm trying to gauge it off of. Where I see the interest from women applying to these jobs. We just had an ad open. We had over 300 applications, and I think maybe 10 were women.
Really?
Yes, and that's very common. There have been plenty of times we've never had women apply when we've had job openings. And when we do, it's a bit of a reach. It's not doing the background. It's just hoping to make a step from one career path to another.
Okay.
And that's just not how IT works, unfortunately. We have to have some sort of groundwork before we jump into the field. You have to.
Yeah, but you can choose,
You can.
unlike being a doctor. Right? You can say, I want to go into this area of expertise.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
So, overcoming aversion, and I hope to see you again soon and come back and talk to us more about maybe some specifics of protecting your business and computers and QuickBooks.
Yeah.
I have some other questions, but one of the things I like to do to end a show is I like to express something that I take away from our conversation, and then I like to ask a question. So one of the things that I'm absolutely taking away, because it really blows my mind, and I'm going to be Googling this right away, is that there's some areas, because I don't want to misquote you and say that you can never choose what you do as a doctor, but there's some areas of practice within the medical field that you don't get to choose your outcome on.
yeah.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
So-
I don't say encourage, but you should look up placement ceremonies because you will see some people, they're having the best days of their life. It's kind of like watching like fraternity and sorority placings when you get your letter and everyone opens to see what sorority or fraternity you're accepted to, and you see people who get what they wanted and you see people who get what they didn't want, and you see that heartbreak immediately.
I was never big on the fraternity sorority thing.
Maryville doesn't have them.
Yeah, I always thought it was like paying for friends.
I agree with that. And you know what? You pay for friends,
And
you
I'm not going to let you
graduate,
dog me out like that.
and you
either.
don't have friends anymore.
I was far too egotistical as a young man that I would have never been able to allow myself to be disrespected just to be part of a group.
Fair. Very fair.
You know.
Hazing goes too far.
Now it's more about self-respect. Then it was more about ego. But either way, like
It was getting to the
you're not going to have
self-respect
me like
part.
drink weird stuff and like slap me around and stuff. Like that's not.
That's self-respect.
Yeah.
You can say it's ego, but deep down
Well, no,
inside.
back then I don't know that I had true confidence.
That's
I was
okay.
as a young person, I was very much as an old person up until very recent. I was very much like
Did he
broken
just say he's old?
and hiding things within myself.
You're not old.
No, but I'm the oldest I've ever been.
As am I.
Yeah. So I'm taking away this doctor thing.
Yeah.
For you, when you're overcoming adversity, when you're going through a difficult time, or just in general in life? Is there a mantra, a saying, something that you like to repeat or that keeps you going?
I do have one that has become a favorite in the past
I'm glad it
year.
brings you so much joy too. Share it with us.
It does. I don't know if I'm sorry. You're going to have to bleep something out probably.
I don't think so.
But it says, oh goodness, take your worries and fold them into paper planes and turn them into flying fucks.
Take your worries, turn them into paper planes, right?
Fold them
into paper
planes and turn them into flying fucks.
Because you don't give any?
Yeah, so you can throw them. So I worry about a lot of stuff in life. Being in IT, everything breaks. It's always your fault, even if it isn't. It's always my fault. And I just want people to have the best experience that they can. And I'm a people pleaser. I have empathy for everyone, so I take all the emotion and everything, and I just want you to get over whatever hurdle you are in life. But then I absorb that hurdle myself, so I have to remind myself that the worries that I feel, the worries that I take from everyone else, they're not always that extreme. They're not what I make them out to be. And sometimes we just have to throw them out the window and let them go.
I like that. Let go of what you can't control.
Exactly.
All right, Haley, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Corey. It's wonderful.
Yes, and we'll put the link to NWO IT Services for Haley in the description bar below. And even if you think you're not in need, if you don't have a VPN, I can tell you firsthand, like, that's the simplest thing. And
It
it's so
really is.
inexpensive and, like, easy for you all to set up.
A couple dollars a month, and truly it was downloading an app on your phone and signing you into your account. So
Golly,
there's no excuse.
So worth it.
No excuse.
So contact them today, and we will have Haley back on to talk more in depth about different protections for business and maybe some cell phone stuff, things you should look out for on college campuses. There's all kinds of stuff to get into. So thanks again, and we will see you all next time.
Thanks, everyone.
This episode of Mental is brought to you by Spas and More. Visit spasandmorestl.com for more information.
TRT treatment is something that's widely thought of as something that just gives you an edge. That extra beast mode in the gym, a little bit of push when it's needed, or just that testosterone feeling, right? But in actuality, TRT treatment goes way deeper than that. It helps keep you calm. It helps keep you patient. It regulates your mood by regulating your hormones. It's not just a treatment to go beast mode. It's a treatment to be a calmer and better father. As a business owner and a father myself, I understand all too well how much it's needed to become a little more patient and a little more calm in a world that's pretty chaotic. Go check out Prime Performance today.